Hey, welcome to Graphic Policy Television, GPTV. I'm Brett. It's Thursday, and we're going to do a little retro review, a little throwback Thursday not too long ago. So while we're at San Diego Comic-Con, a whole big package full of a whole bunch of DC Comics that we haven't been getting lately showed up at our doorstep. DC Comics hooked us up with a bunch of issues that have been out recently. Man of Steel number 6 being one of them, wrapping up the miniseries that brought Brian Michael Bendis onto Superman. We've done a written review of this, and, reading it through kind of a second time, I think my thoughts generally still stand. As an event, it just really felt like a miniseries to get Brian Michael Bendis' status quo going, so he could kind of split off Superman and Action Comics and give them each kind of a direction that might have not existed if he was doing a crossover of the two of them. Basically, got things just going, way quicker, doing a weekly miniseries. That being said, it's an interesting miniseries in that Bendis does an excellent job of capturing Superman and his voice. He really does have Superman down, Clark Kent down, really, really well. So he understands the characters to a great extent. So massive props for that. As far as the action, we got Rogolzar is the bad guy, this kind of Kryptonian killer, may or may not have destroyed Krypton, or, it's what he claims, we don't really have a way to prove it. As far as bad guy, he's a good addition to the Rogues, but at the same time, he felt a little dumb at times. He kind of fell for some obvious ploys. Being this creature of war, didn't feel like a very good tactician. In this issue, we kind of see his doomsday plan of what he's going to do to get rid of Kryptonians. And it kind of just feels like, bad guy that's looking for $1 billion. So he's a so-so villain that could easily be turned into one of the greats, but this series doesn't really make the case for that. He just feels kind of like this bounty hunter who's off to destroy Krypton and Kryptonians. Reading this a second time, though, the thing that I really, really enjoyed about this particular issue and the storylines is you have two things really going on that I think Bendis did purposely and did very well. So you've got Rogolzar is this bad guy trying to kill all Kryptonians, destroy them, and then you have this dual storyline about where Jonathan and Lois are going, and all that is about saving Kryptonians and saving the Kryptonian line. So the two of those kind of juxtaposed together make a really interesting story. It comes together in this particular issue. It took me a second time to really think things through and appreciate that aspect of it a little bit more. So, story-wise, it's good. It's not great, and it doesn't. Something's not quite clicking. Didn't quite click for me with this miniseries. As a whole, it reads, I think, better as a trade and all the issues than it has as its individual issues. There's some that are better than others, obviously. And just, I think, as the big meta story, it's a much stronger story than each individual part. That being said, it's not bad at all. It's just, it didn't really excite me. I kind of walked out of this being, okay, it's given us the direction that Brian Michael Bendis is going, but it doesn't really, I think, make the case as to why I really want to read Bendis' work going forward, either in Action or Superman. So the art is by Jason Fabok and Alex Sinclair colors, Josh Reed letters, a whole bunch of people on the covers, Ivan Reis, Joe Prado, Alex Sinclair, Jessica Chen, associate editor, Michael Cotton, editor, Brian Cunningham, group editor. The art, I think, is pretty solid. There's some cool moments. Superman, I think, looks great. Some great use of colors in it, especially when he's kind of in the middle of the earth. The art isn't the issue at all with this. The art actually looks really good. It's just one of those, the story's good, it doesn't stand out. There's something that, it's a little bit slow for me. It obviously is more focused on Superman the person than the action, coming off of the previous runs on Superman and Action Comics, which were a lot of action and a nice roller coaster. I think those were, so far, much stronger runs, partially because they focused on that, going full speed as far as villains and all that, but at the same time I was able to fit in a lot of the character work that Bendis is spending so much time in this miniseries with. So it's one of those, if you really want to see where Brian Michael Bendis is going to take Superman and Action Comics, and the characters Superman and Lois and Jonathan. Like this is obviously a good miniseries to read through. If well, you can just pick up Superman and Action Comics and understand those no problem. So really, I feel like this is more for those who are completists that really care about every detail of a story than the casual reader. Can you read this by itself? Sure. This actually is not a bad miniseries to read by itself, but again, it's not one that like feels like a must-read, like holy crap type of comic. So, you know, Man of Steel number 6 out of 6, wrapping up the miniseries. It's a read. It's a good read. It's not one that you have to go out and buy. You know, when a trade eventually comes out, that might be great to pick up, depending on what's in there. But for me, it's not a bad ending. There are some great moments. He really does shake up things with Superman a lot in the miniseries, but it never, I think, quite makes the case as to why I really should care about Superman and Action Cops going forward. It really sets up the plot lines fine. It just never quite has that hook that says this is why you need to read these. So that's my opinion. So obviously this has been out for a bit, for a few weeks now. You can go, obviously, get it in comic shops. You can go get it digitally if you really are up for it. I want to thank DC Comics again for hooking us up with this as far as a review copy. We like to be transparent as to what we get for free. If you want to go get this, go support your local comic book shop first and foremost. We got a link beneath this video. You can put in your zip code. It'll tell you if your shop's near you. If no shop, no problem. We got affiliate links underneath this video where you can go purchase through that. But there are affiliate links, so we do get a small percentage. Now, if you're into Superman, if you're into DC Comics, if you're into comics in general, you can check us out every single day at graphicpolicy.com. We're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Tumblr, all at Graphic Policy, keeping it nice and consistent. So until next time, as always, thanks for watching, and keep it geeky. Hey, thanks for watching the previous video from Graphic Policy Television. Just by watching, you help support our site. Thank you so much. Now, if you're watching these videos, you probably care about geeky things like movies, television, comic books, toys, games, video games, you name it. You can go and subscribe right now to our YouTube channel to stay in touch and catch all the new videos, or check out our website at graphicpolicy.com. There's a nice link on this end of the video. But as always, thank you for watching. Keep on rocking and keep it geeky.